Also, I just want to point out, in fairness to the governor of Pennsylvania, he's stopped short. He's moved to regulate and limit some fracking, stopped short of calling for a statewide ban. So just to be clear, you would not call for a ban statewide on fracking or nationwide. You said stop new oil and gas drilling on federal lands.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would also go back and look at what's out there now to determine whether or not it is safe, physically safe. Mm-hmm. There's a called earthquakes and the like. That's what I would do.
Our next question.
There used to be an EPA. And no, you think I'm kidding. It's almost not there now. But anyway.
Our next question is from Daniel Sweeney, a student at Columbia Law School. He said he voted for President Trump. He's now disillusioned with the Republican Party, plans to change parties and vote for a Democrat in the next election. Daniel, welcome.
China is currently the largest emitter of CO2. How, if at all, would you try to get China to lower its emissions as president?
I would make it real clear. That's why we have to bring around the rest of the world. We have to reconfigure what's going on. When we did the Paris Accord that they signed on to, it was agreed that we would constantly up the ante. The nations would agree to, contingent upon what the science dictated and the extent of the problem. We have to up the ante, what's going on. Number one. Number two, any nation that doesn't do that, for example, what China is doing, they're exporting coal technology. They're building coal plants on their Belt and Road area. They're moving in a way that they're in fact making the environment much, much worse. They, in fact, have increased, I think, 4.5%. They have increased the emissions from China. And so there has to be a price that they pay if they do that. And that's why I would talk about dealing with how we deal with them in terms of tariffs relating to their products that are being sold, if, in fact, they are involved in continuing to export this climate change. That's what they're doing. But you got to get the rest of the world in on the deal to do it. That's how you get it done. And that's why it's important for us to meet the standards we say we're going to meet. Because it went up 2.5% in the United States, it increased emissions. Just in the last couple of years under this president. It leveled out about 17, and now it's up 2.5%. And so you can't very well preach to the choir if, in fact, you can't sing. We have to be able to demonstrate what we are prepared to do, what we will do, what we have done, and call the rest of the world to account.
So let me ask you about that.